What is up guys, Ghost here. So another working week has gone by without any inkling as to when we can expect the Battlefield 2042 beta. Currently the upcoming Halo Infinite is hosting its second set of gameplay flights as they call them, and that game is coming out in December. Furthermore, testers are free to show as much gameplay from those tests as they want. To pour salt into the wound, this morning we had some of the first gameplay emerge of Battlefield Mobile, which is currently being tested by some select Android users in Asia. I just can't help but feel a bit disappointed at having almost no proper Battlefield 2042 gameplay to look at that hasn't been leaked. Now, last week Battlefield lead community manager Freeman tweeted saying new dates for the open beta will be shared later this month. We likely won't share those dates today or tomorrow, and I'll give you further heads up next week. That tweet was posted on the 16th, the day after we heard about the delay, which would make this week right now that is almost at an end the next week that he was referring to. So I think a lot of people expected to hear something during this week. However, at the time of recording, it's past 3 PM my time, which is when Battlefield usually tweet out new information if there is any. There is a chance they could simply fill us in later this evening, but with the weekend drawing closer, it's looking pretty unlikely that we'll hear anything this week. Next week is the last week of September, so they have to give us something then, surely. Now, the recently discovered beta embargo was found in the Origin API the other day, and that revealed the original beta dates when the test was set for September. One of the things people noted there was that it only lasted 4 days, 2 days in early access and then another 2 days for the open beta available to all. More likely than not, that's the plan they're going to stick with for the beta that's set in October. A lot of people seem to consider that a rather short amount of time, especially if you're hoping to try before you buy. Perhaps you're very busy during those 2 days and simply won't have the chance. That being said though, it will almost certainly be a single map with a single game mode, not something you're going to play for more than say a couple of hours before making up your mind on whether the game is worth your hard-earned cash or not. Another possibility is that they're planning to do an encore and extend the beta for a few days to win favour with the community. Now, according to recent rumours, most believe the beta will kick off in early access on the 6th of October and then go into open access on the 8th. That's the week after next, which would mean, if correct, we will hear something next week at the very latest. On the other hand, that could be a load of rubbish, so as with any rumour, take it at face value. Moving on, we have another juicy piece of data mining from Temporyal, and this time it's for some new vehicle loadouts from the technical alpha test that he was able to find hidden within the files. So the first vehicle in question is the MD540 Nightbird, aka the Little Bird. Now, if you guys have watched any of my other data mining videos on the vehicles, a lot of this loadout will look pretty familiar to you, so I won't cover things I've gone over previously, since it's obvious that a bunch of these loadout options are shared between vehicles. However, one thing that is new are the 20mm cannons. Those I haven't seen up until now, so it's nice to see those making a return, and I would assume they function similarly to the way the 25mm cannons do in BF4. Another interesting detail for secondaries is that there is no AA missile. The rockets were of course the default loadout in the playtest. Air-to-ground missiles are presumably the guided missile of BF4, but I honestly expected them to have heat seekers as well. Of course though, this is only a data mine from an alpha, so not everything in the final game will be found here. Moving on, we have the MV-38 Condor and the MI-240 Super Hind transport vehicles. So these things have 6 seats in them, 1 pilot, 3 gunners and 2 passenger seats. The front gunner can equip a 40mm grenade launcher or a 50mm cannon, which I am very curious to see what it's all about. And then the 2 side gunners get miniguns. And then last but not least here we have the LATV-4, which is kind of like the MRAP I guess from BF4. Pretty standard driver loadout here, however note that the driver actually has access to the spotting pulse. So normally that spotting pulse ability is only available in the spotting seat. So perhaps with this vehicle that doesn't have a spotting seat, the driver is able to fill that role instead. Then we have the gunner, who gets some of those familiar options we've already seen, the minigun and 40mm grenade launcher, but also a 30 and 50mm cannon, which I don't believe I've spotted on any ground vehicle yet, so interesting stuff there. So far there seem to be a bunch of these cannons chambering rounds of different calibers on multiple different vehicles, so I really look forward to see what the rate of fire or the damage differences are between those. Alright, that is going to do it for this one, guys. I really hope I'll have some more interesting news for you next week and we actually hear something official from DICE. But until then, thank you for watching the video, subscribe for more Battlefield 2042, and I'll see you in the next one.